yeah. You can hate, but I got tunnel vision, yeah. They be running like a mile a minute, yeah. But stay on track, cause I know the mission, yeah. On a mission, yeah. Whoa. Don't know what your position is.
Welcome to the On a Mission podcast. This is episode 7. I'm your host, Jay Ali. On this podcast, we talk about sports, music, entertainment. We may even get into a little bit of politics. But the real question is what is your purpose? What is your mission? I got my big homie with me, KG. What's poppin', bro?
What up? What upper? What's happening, world?
We seven episodes in. I'm excited, man. This has been a journey.
Episode 7. Let's get it.
Let's get it. But first, I want to start off the podcast with saying I was talking to my pops today, and we were talking about what is a man's job. And a man's job is being responsible. Responsible means being able to respond. Not only am I accountable for my family, I'm accountable for myself, my community. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that I'm involved in, being responsible. If you see something going on in the community, help out. You see a lady that's putting air in her tires, help out. You know what I mean? That's being able to respond.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because being brought up in the ghetto, we are told to mind our business. You know what I'm saying? You see something in the community, you ain't see nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You see something going on, you mind your business.
But it's a difference. As a man, these are responsibilities. This is natural man stuff. Something that these new niggas need to understand. But for real, like, I get mind your business. Like, for example, there's cases where you might see a dude dealing with his girl. You might not want to step into that. You know what I'm saying? But if it gets too bad, as a community, we should step in. For example, like my pops was raised in the Nation of Islam. They were their own police, had their own grocery stores. That was community at its finest. You know what I'm saying?
Message. Nah, look. Basically, what you saying is the hood mentality is a complete contradiction of a responsible man with accountability.
100%.
So growing up as a hood nigga is the opposite, the antithesis of growing up as a responsible man, a leader in your community.
Yeah, I was always told to be the leader. Don't be a follower. You know what I'm saying? It's deep. It gets deep. It gets deep. I mean, there's so many different, things and opportunities out there for you as a man. But you just have to, how do you respond to those things? You know what I'm saying? We was taught to walk with your head up, don't fear nothing.
So being a man is responsibility.
It's part of it.
It's accountability. And what else? Let's give them some more points. Responsibility, accountability. I'm gonna throw in provider. You gotta be a provider if you're a man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure the family is straight. You gotta make sure moms is straight. You gotta make sure your friends is straight. Your community is straight. I think part of being a man is being a provider. What else?
These are natural things as a man that bother you when you're not able to do that.
It should.
It should.
It should. It don't bother everybody, but it should.
I guess, I'm speaking on a person that was raised different. So I always was raised to think logically. But a lot of people, miss that a little bit, miss the guidance. So whatever I could do to help with this podcast, this platform that we have, it's lock in.
Let's give them some more steps though, Jay Ali. So right now we got responsibility, accountability, provide. What else?
Provide. Let's think. So accountability, responsibility, being a provider.
I think integrity. Integrity is part of being a man.
Being integrity, and also to be a good leader, you got to be able to follow too.
Humility,
being humble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are all keys to it.
To being a man. So
To
we just
being a
gave you
man.
5 right there. We gave you responsibility. We gave you accountability, provider, humility, and
You said integrity.
integrity.
Yeah.
I think integrity is huge. Integrity is big. I think that's all you really. It's a cliche. All I got in this world is my word and my balls, but that's real though. If you tell somebody you gonna be somewhere, you got to do it. If you tell somebody you gonna give them something, you got to do it. If you tell somebody, like,
And if you can't, have the conversation. Keep the respect level there.
man, if there's, yeah, exactly. Like, if you can't deliver on what you promise, you should at least be able to explain why. You know, don't run away from your issues. You can't promise somebody something and then just disappear.
And
That's not a man.
welcome to the music industry. They do it all the time.
Yeah, it's true, man. But I think that's not a man. Like, if you can't do something or you don't want to do something, you should be able to vocalize that. You shouldn't like agree to something or act like you're gonna do something and then just disappear.
But you can have
That's not a man.
you have to have the conversations as a man. Let's talk about it. Yeah, I ain't gonna be able to do that for you. But have the respect level in the conversation to be able to do it. I just recently had to do it.
Or if you told somebody you're gonna be there at 5 o'clock and then you ain't gonna make it, like, call a nigga and give him an update. Like, oh, I'm on the 405 right now. It's looking more like 5:15. It's looking more like maybe 5:30. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the courtesy of an update.
Just
On
open
your
communication.
progress. Yeah,
That's it.
communication.
Just open communication is what we need, you know? And to the listeners out there, man, I'm looking at y'all. Open communication. Make sure you hone in on these 5 things. Integrity, accountability, responsibility, and what was the other one?
Provider
Provider.
and
We just said it.
we just said
Being humble.
yeah,
So,
humility.
Humility. So responsibility, accountability, integrity, humility,
And provider.
and being a provider. Those are the steps for men.
If every man followed those, at least, because there's more, but at least those 5 things, this world would be a better place. For real.
Exactly. And there was a quote I heard that I wanted to bring up. And something else is, as you go through life, don't block your blessings and accept the apologies you'll never receive. That's stepping up as a man too.
As you go through life, don't block your blessings and accept the apologies that you'll never receive.
Yes. For example, you may have an opportunity. I mean, it happens to me in music. You may have an opportunity, but you tripping off of something somebody did. I'm not gonna block my blessings. This nigga did this, but I still need this opportunity to get where I need to get and do what I need to do for my family or myself, you know, my community and everything. So I'm not gonna get that apology, but I just gotta keep pushing. But me working in this situation, I don't want to block my blessing over some feeling. Get out your feelings. Ain't no money there. You know what I'm saying? Get out your feelings. Ain't no money there.
I got an example. We did a song with another group, and the song came out fire, right? It's called Hit. It's on the album Undeniable. The song is called Hit. And we liked the song so much that we wanted to film a video for it. So we hit up the other group and said, hey, go half with us on this video. And they refused to. And because they refused to, my partner, my homeboy, he was like, nah, like, because basically he didn't want to endure all of the cost. Like we always do. We always endure all the costs. But he felt like if we were to just pay for this video, they're still going to reap the benefits of whatever the song does or the video does. You know what I mean? But when it comes to what we're talking about right now, it's like, okay, you blocking your blessing by not putting out one of your hottest records because you trying to not, you know what I'm saying, like put them on because they refuse to pay. So
yeah, you got to keep it pushing.
it's like by
can't
dwelling
wait.
on that,
Yeah.
blocking your blessing. You know what I mean?
Blocking your blessings 100%. Like, you never know. This song could be a big hit, but you holding it back because you thinking about, oh, well, they didn't pay. You gonna make the money back anyway. Just put it out.
That's how it go.
I'm learning that. It took me a while to learn it, but I learned that. Like, forget what people think. It gotta go out. It's going out. You know, I'm not gonna keep doing that.
I get where he coming from though, cause we be helping people. Like it's like we not even on yet, but we always trying to pull somebody else up out the bucket. You know what I mean? Like the crabs in the bucket theory. We always trying to pull somebody up, and it's like after a while of that, like you get kind of beat up. You know what I mean?
But at the same time, I feel what you're
tired
saying.
of it. You know.
But at the same time, it's not your responsibility what you do, what they do. What did you do? So I'ma still do it, whether they catch it on, because there's other blessings out there for me. But if I sit back and hold on and say, oh man, well them niggas ain't gonna do that. No, I can't do that. I gotta be like, you know what? I'm gonna do my part. Jay Ali did his part. You know what I'm saying? KG did his part. If they don't catch on, you gotta keep pushing. You know what I mean? And that's what makes these conversations that we have so amazing, because we can break down so much insight.
It all started with a call from Pops.
Right. People will have you thinking a certain way, like, damn, is there something wrong with me because these people don't rock with me? No, they don't want you around because you might be a threat to them. So you have to be careful of that too. Like, just know where you're supposed to be at and just do it. You gonna move with the right people, they gonna be around you.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you gotta stay sucker free, man. That's like so cliche, you hear it all the time, but it's real. You gotta stay sucker free. You gotta remove bad energy from around you. First of all, you gotta be able to learn how to identify it. First off, once you identify the bad energy, you gotta remove it from you.
And y'all may think, oh man, they always talking about this is everyday life. This is everyday life. You dealing with this every day. It's somebody always trying to hit. It could be somebody hating on you at this traffic light. You trying to make a left and they'll just pull their car up. Like, damn, nigga, you not gonna let me turn left? You know what I'm saying? There's always somebody in the way. And that's why we always say,
you gotta get out the way.
Get out the way.
A lot of niggas gotta get out the way.
But you know what I'm saying? So you deal with that on a daily basis.
Yeah, we do.
Some people be mad at you and don't even know why they mad.
Oh, yeah. I go through that on the daily, man. Like, but especially like trying to do music. It's artists that you ain't never did nothing to, that you hear from other artists or other fans and stuff that be hating on you on message boards or hating on you on social media or whatever. And it's like, I don't know this dude from nowhere. I don't owe this dude nothing. I don't have no ties to this person. Like, why are they worried about what I'm doing?
Because they look at you as a threat.
And that's the thing. When you winning, when you really like up, you're not worried about what somebody else doing. You worried about the task in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Like your next move that you got to make or whatever. You're not thinking about what somebody else is doing.
It was a song that used to play. I think it's Kendrick Lamar on the song. No, I forget. I gotta find the song, but the lyrics go, "Petty thoughts will keep your mind down."
That's the realest shit ever. That's 100. That's A1 because yeah, man. When you like really win, if somebody's hating on you, that mean they hate their current situation. They not doing good. Because when you winning, you don't have time to think about somebody else.
No, you don't. At all, you don't. And I was just talking to one of my homeboys. Y'all got it. I ain't trying to have no conflict with nobody. You got it. I'm just staying out the way.
You gotta stay sucker free, man, because like it's gonna really block your path, man. Like you cannot dwell on or worry about what you think about me is none of my business. You know what I'm saying? What you think about me is none of my business. That's your thoughts. All I know is what I got going, what my next move is, and that's what I'm focused on. Straight ahead. I'm not thinking about what the next man think or what the next man.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean?
I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time.
I said it on the last pod. I say it again. The older I get, the less tolerance I have for bullshit, man. It's getting less and less and less. I used to be able to like tolerate a lot of bullshit, but
Right.
nah, not no more. Those days is done.
No, it's over with. It's over with. But man, like growing up in LA, what were some of the keys that help you navigate through the BS? I think that's a good question.
That's a really good question. LA is treacherous, but one of the number one keys is minding my business. Minding my business, man. Not like gossiping about niggas, gossiping about other people. That gets you in a lot of trouble. Not even wanting to know about what the next man doing. I don't give a fuck what nobody else doing. So I don't even want to hear. I don't want to receive gossip. I don't want to hear gossip because I don't need to know what the next man doing.
Right.
That right there, those two things alone will keep you out of a lot of bullshit.
What saved me was music. Just being out the way. I was always trying to work on what I needed to do and stay out the streets. But my pops was like, nah, you gotta go to that liquor store. And if somebody do something, don't come home without your bike or I'm gonna deal with you. That's how we were raised, just like that. But I think,
Music,
if I didn't have that,
music is big, man.
It saved my life for real.
That's, hey.
And I want to say this to all y'all that y'all sitting out there thinking it's cool to, disrespect people. We say it all the time, disrespect people, gang bang, do all of that stuff. It's not cool, man. What's cool is being 37, 38, 40 years old, able to share your story with somebody else that's coming up that need the guidance. That's what's cool.
That's what's cool is growing old.
Like
the ability to grow old that's what's cool.
Cause you get wisdom. Nas said it in a record. When he was talking about his album, he said at 40, I'm more wiser than I was. So I got a lot more to talk about.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just supposed to stop rapping because I'm getting older? No, there's a message in this and there's room for everybody. Everybody don't want to hear ignorance all the time.
That's real.
People naturally don't even want to be a part of ignorance.
Because life is balance.
Yes.
Like you can't just overwhelm yourself with ignorance. Sometimes you gotta get some positivity too. It's balance, man. Everything in life is balanced. Your diet is balanced. Your workout intake is balanced. The amount of media you consume should be balanced.
Right.
Everything.
It is. It's a balance. Like I used to just find myself watching certain content. I'm like, man, let me get off of this. Like I had to really train my brain when something positive came on or something that not stop. Why am I yawning right now? But if some bullshit on, I'm damn. What are you doing? Like what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I gotta stay laser focused on what my mission at all times. Your mission don't stop you, and you dreaming about your mission. You dreaming about your purpose. Just don't stop because the camera's off here. Let me lay down. My mind's always going on this mission.
So music saved your life. Can you think of something else that allowed you to navigate through LA?
Yeah, having strong minded parents and just we grew up in that era. Even if parents weren't available, because a lot of we have homies that parents died, but that community was strong. And that's what we got to get back to. Back in the day, they wasn't afraid to check you. Hey, pull your pants up, young man.
So the village.
And that's what we need, villages now. Think about it. Everybody's so sensitive about it. Don't talk to my kids this kind of way. Where did that come from? Because as people, you respect people from saving. People used to save your life too. The older folks back in the day, and they wasn't ashamed of it. You see
I remember that.
Yeah. You see older folks, they are not ashamed to say, hey, what are you doing? Don't do that, young man. Miss.
Oh, if
checking your ass.
I'm from the era where if they saw you doing something, they'll whoop your ass. Tell your parents, and then they'll whoop your ass once you get home.
But the mentality has changed. Everybody's on that whole don't touch my kid. Everything's so soft.
Everything is soft, super soft.
So
Another thing to answer your question that got me through is just being fearless, because to keep it a buck in LA, or maybe in just the world in life, there's two types of people: it's predator or it's prey, and you either one or the other. And
facts,
if you
100%.
fearless and you acting like you predator, 9 times out of 10 people leave you alone, and they focus on the prey. You know, they don't focus they focus on the weak. The weak get destroyed. The weak gonna get punished. And
you
so
can't never be afraid to stand up for yourself either.
So being in LA, and I had a little knucklehead point in my life where I wanted to gang bang, and I kicked it with gang bangers. I used to kick it with 30 Crips, used to kick it with 6 O's, and was doing a lot of dumb shit, but I tried to stay sucker free. I mind my business, and I was always fearless. I wasn't no prey. So that's like 3 examples. And then you said music saved your life. I could say athletics saved mine. I always played basketball, always played football, always worked out at something. I always had an activity going. Like they say,
Stayed busy.
yeah, they say an idle mind is the devil's playground. And I never was idle. Like we always was on some basketball team or, you know, something like that. We always had activities. So I could say sports saved my life. I didn't really get into music until later on.
The reason, and I play sports too, but the reason I said music is because.
Well, you grew up in a music family.
But that was an everyday,
like music was always in your life.
That was an everyday process for me.
Yeah.
Music was every day for me. Every time I couldn't wait to get home after school and go work on the equipment. That's what we used to call it. I'm about to be on the equipment. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I was really trying to just hone in my skills and sounds. And that's why I'm telling y'all, like, I work hard at this. Very hard at it, like, each year. And, I never got burnt out. I get frustrated because I'm human. I never got burnt out of music because it's always there.
Because it's something you love.
Yeah, and if I'm ever going through it, I can put the emotion right through the music and get it off my chest and go work out or something. But music was always that saving ground for me because I could really be intimate with my thoughts and feelings and, giving you my heart, my mind, and my soul in a record. And I feel like that's why a lot of things are relatable because we put the time in it and the passion behind it.
Yeah,
and they'll catch on.
So, if you got children and you coming up in a low income area that's riddled with crime and gang banging and all that, keep your kids busy. Give them activities and just stay in their head. Like, they just keep telling them about minding their business, being fearless, being a person of integrity, responsibility, accountability, and hopefully they can navigate through LA safely and make it to old age. But you gotta be in your kids' life, and you gotta give them activities. You gotta expose them to something. You gotta expose them to music, sports, or some type of arts. You know what I mean? Like keep them busy, because idle mind is the devil's playground.
100%.
If they not busy, they gonna be out there in them streets with them niggas. You know what I mean? So,
as youngsters, like, here's another thing I just heard. Like my pops and them used to always say, "Oh, that nigga's old ass nigga. These old ass niggas trying to tell us." It's like, as sure as the sun rises in the sky, you'll make it to old one day.
that's ignorance, man. That's ignorance for like, it's like a battle, old versus young. Like, why would you hate on somebody that's old? Like, that don't make no sense. It's something that you can't stop. Like, you're gonna inevitably be old yourself. Like, what's wrong with growing old? And that means that person been through a lot. That person has a lot of experience, a lot of game to give you to help you navigate through life. Like, why would you clowning old people or being against old people or don't want to listen to what they got to say or whatever. Like that's an oxymoron. Like, why would you not want to hear what the person that then already did what you trying to do and what you have done? Like, they've already done it 2, 3, 4, 5 times over. You know what I mean? Like, why would you not want to hear the words of somebody with so much experience? Like, that don't, and so much wisdom. That's the word I was looking for. Wisdom. Like, that don't make no sense. That's an oxymoron.
They don't get it. Like, I was talking to my pops and he was saying pretty much the same thing. Like, I've been 60. You never been 60. I've been 30 before, but you never been 60. You know what I'm saying? And people think, oh, these old ass niggas is hating. No. These old niggas in the older generation is supposed to check the younger generation, just like we got checked. You know what I'm saying? None of that is, like, what's wrong with that? You niggas think because, oh, I don't have the value of opinion because my bank account is longer than yours. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. It doesn't make sense. Nigga, people are watching you do stupid things. It's like, bro, I was there before. I've done these things, so pay attention, listen. And niggas don't want to hear the guidance. The old heads had the guidance. The OGs, why you think you niggas at Gang Bang got big homies? They done been through the path already. Come on, man. We got to change that.
But see, it's something about that mind state. Like, they don't look at patterns. They don't recognize patterns. They don't look at like the end results of things. Like, because you could clearly see that gang banging only leads to the grave or prison.
Right.
It's very rare that you see a successful gangbanger. You know what I mean? For like every million, it's like 1 or 2.
Out of all the videos you watch, Craig Mack videos to whatever video you want to watch about gang members that say, don't do what I did.
Oh, Kev Mack.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Kev Mack videos. All of the OG gangsters on there was talking about, don't take this path down life. It's stupid. At the end of the day, it's stupid. What are you doing?
But that's the thing. See, niggas block that part out. They just want to hear the stories. They want to hear the glory stories. You know what I mean? Like how they robbed something or how they shot something up, or you know what I mean? Like them pushing their line or whatever. But they don't hear the end result, like how he got shot up and now he's in a wheelchair. He got a shit bag, or you know what I mean? He did 20 years in prison or whatever. You know, like they turn a blind eye to that part. They just want to hear the glory stories.
You know, you say that, like going back into the community, you try and get back to the schools and do things that we're doing. A little girl told me the other day, she said, why are you here? You guys are old. And that really said with me. I said, I'm everything you don't know that you could be. I grew up in the same environment that you grew up in, but I got out and now I made a career for myself. I don't work for anybody.
That part. See,
I don't work for anybody. I work for myself.
She was like, you're already older. You don't have to be here. Why you here? Spending time with me. I'm here to help you.
I'm here to help you.
Yeah.
Then one girl said, you just here for the check.
Wow.
I said, if I was here for the check, you wouldn't see my passion and heart. I don't have to be here at all. But I always had, and I've told my story, my mom was a teacher, and she impacted the whole classroom with kids, from Latinos to black to whatever she had in that class. She made them feel like a family, and they were missing a family, to the point where kids wanted to come to school to go to my mom's class. She was like the school mom. Made sure, hey, mom, hey, go with me over here to this store real quick. I need to get some sandwiches for the kids.
Bro.
She did that.
An educator is a very, very important position in society. They should be paid more, man. It's very important, because that's like during the years that kids are developing and they trying to figure out who they are, you can help shape and mold and like push them on the right track. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people remember some of their favorite teachers, or like, you know, if you go to a bad school and you got bad teachers, they remember that. but you always remember that one teacher that was cool or that helped you with something or that you actually like enjoyed their class and then you learned from, or you know what I mean? Like being an educator is a very, very important role in society.
That's why I look at movies like Lean on Me. It was real.
What was his name? I forgot.
I'll get it in a second. But
Yeah.
Lean on Me was a real, when Morgan Freeman playing that role, it was the real tough love though.
They used to call me Crazy Joe. Now they call me Batman.
Yeah. But he did that stuff in that movie, and that's how you have to be sometimes. You may not like it. People may not like it. That's why I always go to that Batman quote for me. Like, you live long enough you're the hero, but you live long enough to become the villain. Mm-hmm. But in that, it's backwards with that. He was the villain first because people thought he was the villain, but they didn't realize that in the movie he had passion and heart to make a change. He wasn't about to have the, older folks like to say, acting silly.
Yeah.
Like he didn't tolerate none of that. And then he had to get people on board that had his mission.
That's a classic. If you ain't never seen Lean on Me with Morgan Freeman, watch that. That's a classic movie.
Yeah.
You smoke crack, don't you, son?
But you gotta be like that, man. You have to be like that. I'm getting the name of him right now. Hold on. 1989 was when this movie came out, and we always
Joe Clark.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was, and we always call him. We always call him Morgan Freeman. He just gonna be Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, he's Morgan Freeman in every movie.
Let's see.
He was the principal of East Side High.
East Side High. Oh, East Side.
Oh yeah, sing the school song. Sing the school song. Fair East Side. That movie crazy.
Get the dough, Mr. Sims.
Remember when they was on the roof? He was like, "Jump, jump."
Oh, it's Frank Napier.
That's probably the real guy, huh?
Yeah. But wait, in the movie. Yeah.
In the movie, he was Joe Clark.
Right. Shit you looking for? Yeah. No, Joe Louis Clark. You're right. Yeah. Joe Clark. But that's what we need. Like, we need that kind of tough love. We need that kind of tough love nowadays. But people are shying away from it because it's not the thing to do. But I grew up like that, and I turned out just okay. You have to be strong, man. Have to have willpower, drive. Like, those are the things. I was always driven. I always had the strength and willpower. I could be homeless or wherever I'm at, and I was still like, no, it's going to be all right. My mind was strong. But I feel you got to just be put in position to unleash that.
Man. Well, hopefully this podcast helped because society is niggas is getting soft nowadays. It's a brand new day.
Society been trash.
Society been super trash.
But look, y'all, we gonna take a quick music break. We'll be right back.
Have you ever been thinking about a song, and then that song comes on the radio, and in your excitement, you jump up and say, "This is my jam." Oh, this is my jam, y'all. Oh, blue lights in the basement is how we used to roll, because the songs that we stepped to had so much soul. From having a party to what's going on, Sly and the Family with Cynthia on the throne. This is my jam. Oh, this is my jam, y'all. Oh, Bill with the said, it's a lovely day. And then the Spinners sang, how could I let you get away? Curtis Mayfield sang, This is my jam. Ooh, yeah. Oh, this is my jam, y'all.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We back.
But before we went to break, we was talking about the lean on me. But do you see how things in our lives tie it back into things that we've seen and learned the lesson?
100. Definitely.
Wisdom and peace of mind is the two things you need to navigate this life.
I agree. And man, for all the young listeners that's tuned in, man, please know that, like, older people, when they trying to give you game, yeah, times were different, but not too much different. Like, everything that you doing now ain't nothing new to them. They've done it all and some. So when people trying to tell you something, trust that they looking out for your best interest.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
times ain't changed that much.
You know, we played for a hard coach, but knowing that he had the passion to get us in shape, it just made us stronger men. You know what I'm saying? Like, these lessons along the life, that's why we have to be that. And these kids that come and think it's funny to be like, shut up, nigga, in front of the class. Am I supposed to be shook by that? I'd be like, man, who you talking to? You don't know who you talking to. Well, I'm a game breaker. I said, well, let's talk to your big homies, because I know such and such and such and such. And then they like, your big homies don't even talk to me like this. So why would I let you? Know what I'm saying? Like, the respect level has to be there at all times. And
Hey, what school you work at?
we was at a Horace Mann.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
literally we seen a change in the children there, and it was dope. It was bittersweet to
Man,
end
that's
it.
is that the 6-0 babies?
They're near the 60s. I mean, you got the Hoovers over there too, so it's.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, it don't even matter about that, because a lot of kids at the school were claiming they was from Grape Street. So who knows? But I know that the impact was different because we was able to get in there and teach them how to be respectful, talk just a certain way. But that's from the staff all the way down. It starts from the top and then goes to the bottom. But no, it was definitely impact that we made.
I gotta commend you, man. You donating your time to like schools like that, man. You really making a difference. That's what the community need.
That's why I
Really?
started this podcast off saying that community are responsible for that. My father always says, and it's so wise. My mom was wise too, but he would always tell me, like, if you don't use your gift, God gonna take it from you. It's not just your gift. Yeah, you have talent, but your talent needs to be used to give back to the people. Put it out. What are you holding the music for? What are you doing that for? Put it out so people can see. You know, you have a story.
So you can motivate. So
And
people can see
consistency
it's
is the
possible.
key. That's it. Motivation. I'm super motivated. Every day I get motivated about something. I'm motivated. I'm always thinking of a million things at once. But now he always tells me a fool with a plan is better than a wandering genius. So stick to a plan and put it out.
Hey, you've been on fire lately with these quotes. Like every episode, y'all get about 3-4 quotes.
Yeah, it's just, you know, like I'm
Like
always
fire
big
quotes,
on
too.
that. I'm always big on that, you know. I have more quotes. There's another one. I'm gonna find it. But I'm always big on because quotes help me navigate.
Now, quotes stick in your head.
You know what
though.
I'm saying? I got some. Let's see. You got some too, right?
I mean, every now and then one to pop up and I'll recite it, but nah, I don't be having them on deck like you. You be coming with some fire. You be coming with some heat.
I got some. I have some for y'all. Like, you know, there's certain ones I use every day. In order for electricity to work, you need a positive and negative charge. Man,
Oh man.
I need the positivity to get me going, but the negativity makes me go harder because I got to stay away from that. But together, it makes you become what you need to become. All day, I be having the quotes, man. Just
Nah, you do though. So, what's the next topic, bruh?
now we ain't even topicing today. We just go talk.
But I had something that I wanted to talk about. It is a current event, but it was going to lead into something that needs to be discussed.
What you got?
So I want to talk about the Jonathan Majors magazine cover on Ebony. Have you seen that yet?
I seen it.
So for all y'all that don't know, Jonathan Majors, he about to be in this huge movie, Creed 3. So this is like the peak of his career right now.
Well, to give some insight, he was in Ant-Man. He's been working.
Yeah, he's
That
been
brother
working.
been
He's
working.
in blockbuster films. You
That
know
boy
what I'm
been
saying?
working. Shout out to Jonathan Mayers, man. He been
It's
working.
safe to say that he's at the peak of his career right now, right? So what Ebony do? They throw him on the cover, but they got him looking moist. It's like a real moist cover. And I brought up that topic because I want to talk about the feminization of the black man. Every time we get one, like all our the biggest and the best black entertainers, once they get to a certain level, they always want to put a dress on them or feminize them. And I just want to see, do like anybody else recognize this? And what is that? Like, what's the point of that? Because Jonathan Majors is a really big masculine man. Like, I don't understand how that cover came about, and I can see how he agreed to do it but I can't though. You know what I mean? Like, I'm battling myself about this because I know that he don't want to turn down these opportunities that he got right now. You know what I mean? He's trying to like get as much as he can get while he on fire. He trying to get this money, but it's like you can't say yes to everything, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because you being in front of these cameras and being on magazines and movies and commercials and all that, like, you're an example to these kids that we was just talking about. Like, they see this too. So when they go and they see this Ebony cover and they see you looking moist and see you looking gay, it might influence them to lean a certain way.
But it's such a hard topic to talk about that because of the way the industry is now. Like, now, you have to be careful what you say because you gotta.
Yeah. Oh, it's cancel culture. Yeah, all day.
you
But
have to be careful because it's
but the truth is the truth, though, bro.
No, it
like,
is the truth. Like, I wouldn't personally do that.
Like, I'm talking about, these are some of our biggest, brightest athletes, actors, comedians, like just the best, the biggest and the best in entertainment. Like,
But it
and
didn't just start today. It's
it
been
didn't.
going on
it's
for
just-
years.
something that's just been going on, and you always, it's like you always see it, and I just don't understand. Well, I do understand. I mean, some people, I guess they just, it's the money, man. Like, they don't want to turn down. I don't know.
And the people that are juggling the money will have you do certain things. That's why Dave Chappelle walked away from money. Wasn't about that for him. It was like, nah, I need to keep my soul and be true to who I am.
But do you think that it is an agenda to feminize the black man?
Man, it's been like that, yes, for years. When niggas start wearing skirts and stuff, and, you know, if you gay, be gay.
So this ain't no coincidence.
Yeah, if you gay, be gay. Do your thing. Nobody's knocking that. But if you're not, and you're falling into this whole, like, think about it. They tear black men down all the time. As men, we get tore down. Like, we ain't shit, we ain't nothing, but we the strongest people out here.
That's word.
Niggas can't fuck with a big, brawly, buff-ass nigga. You know, we can, the niggas we going against the Samoans, and they come from us, too. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we the Titans. When you look at, like, sports, like, all the top football, top sprinters, the top basketball player, everything, like anything that has to do with athleticism and agility and all that, it's like, it's the black man.
And then what we get caught on is the sports aspect. Think about all the inventions. The traffic light, peanut butter.
First open heart surgery.
So it ain't just that, nigga, we are gifted people. And we're natural leaders. That's why you hear stories, Mansa Musa and all the kings back in Africa, and they try to delete that information.
They trying to delete it now, talking about critical race theory.
Man, I'll tell you a story. I was in Art 101 in West LA College. We're in art class learning about Egypt. And for y'all that don't know, Egypt is in Africa. And we got Egyptians out there and everybody, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But she tried to tell me that back in the day that the people would use blackface as a way to, you know, create like traditional culture. I'm like, man, them was black people. Fuck out of here. There wasn't no goddamn blackface. Nigga, it's stories, Africa. Think about it. And she kicked me out the class because of that. I got a W on my record to this day. I wish I could still find a transcript.
What's W again?
Withdraw.
Oh. I got a quick story. It's not pertaining to African history. It's pertaining to philosophy class. I had a philosophy class, and to just make it quick, all the philosophers that she was teaching us about, Ayn Rand and all them, like, it turns out now that I'm older and like able to figure it out, she was trying to teach us about like right-wing mind state. She was trying to lean us right. She was teaching us about all the philosophers that had ideology of about being selfish and being like, you know what I mean? Like be for self, not to be for like, you know, for the people or whatever. And that's kind of like a right-wing mentality. So like you gotta watch who's in these schools teaching people, because they can come in there with their own agenda.
That's what it be.
Yeah.
They come in there with an agenda and they don't be speaking the facts.
Yeah, but man, like,
we can take it, sorry to cut you off, we can take it to South Central. South Central back in the day was Black Hollywood. That tore down. It's stories that even that city that got bombed.
Oh, Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Yes.
Black Wall Street?
Black Wall Street, come on, man.
How about there was a thriving black city in New York that they tore down and made Central Park. Not city, but section of New York. Thriving black section. They kicked all them people out, tore it down, and then made Central Park.
When you get
all that is prime real estate, that if black people still own that stuff, they will be millionaires by now. That they could like pass on for generations and generations and generations. They took the people property.
There was a thing I was watching with Dr. Umar Johnson, and he said the way they have it now is for black entertainers. They can't spend their money in the community because their job is just to party and do that and this and that.
That's so true.
You know, I will say,
well, hold that thought. Please keep that thought. I want to shout out Dr. Umar Johnson because it was some controversy going on. Like, where's the money that everybody been donating for that school? Now he's starting to produce proof that he made the school. Like, I've seen video and like pictures of the school, and like he's giving us updates on what's going on with like the like very detailed like information about what's going on with the school. So shout out Umar. He kept his promise. He made the I think it's the Frederick Douglass, I don't want to say Thurgood Marshall, but it's
We'll get the fact on it.
We'll look it up. But shout out for keeping your promise and doing the school. What was you about to say about what he said?
Rest in peace. Much respect to Nipsey Hussle. But he's not the only nigga that's making an impact. Let me rephrase that. I don't even want to say that. He wasn't the only one making an impact. I'm in the hood every day making an impact. I know 10 people that I can count and call right now that's doing this, been doing it. So we get it in the press, but just as youngsters, look at who's around you. Like, it's some powerful people, and they said it today, you never know who's in the room.
That's real.
You never know who's in the room. But our mission has always been this. Boy, I used to do community work and pass out pamphlets being Muslim. I've always been raised into the community. But as I'm looking at this camera right here, y'all gonna see it for real, in full fashion, what I'm actually capable to do once everything gets rolling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it bothers me that people don't realize what they have in front of them. But I'm not going to stop. It's not going to be too late.
Yeah, you don't do it for the recognition.
No.
You do it for the change.
And that's what it's about, the change, being leaders. Like, you know, I found myself asking, where are the leaders? I'm one. Shit. I'm a leader. So let's get it.
Let's get it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all get so caught on the press and praise and stuff. But it's people giving their heart, blood, sweat, and tears every day, and they get disrespected, but they still do it out of the kindness of their heart. So let's put respect on it.
Put some respect on the people that's making change in your community, man. From what you just brought up, it's a great segue into something that I have here as a bullet point that I wanted to highlight tonight. So our brother Tariq Nasheed created a museum in South Central LA, and it's set to launch I think either the end of this month or
shout out to Tariq Nasheed,
or sometime next month or something. It's gonna launch, but it's already created and everything. It just hasn't opened yet. But it is let me see what it's called. It's called the Hidden History Museum, and it's located at 2131 West Jefferson Boulevard in Los Angeles, California, 90018. That's 2131 West Jefferson Boulevard in Los Angeles. It's called the Hidden History Museum. So we all got to support that, man, because we need things like that. Just like how we were talking about how like the school is trying to suppress our black history or whatever. And man, like these kids coming up, if everything go as planned, because they keep preaching this CRT shit in the schools or whatever, and they trying to take away black history classes and like any black history curriculum.
That's why I said on the last podcast that's out right now, I said, we live in a social media area. Do the research yourself. Go learn about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Go learn about yourself. You have access to do it. You don't need a school and books that's going to take the curriculum away. Learn it yourself. Always be prepared yourself to go in and know the knowledge.
Yep.
You have nothing but time. Y'all can read about what's going on in the shade room and whose baby is pregnant and posting pictures of Rihanna. Shout out to Rihanna. She's a black woman that made her money. Like
pictures of Rihanna.
I respect Rihanna. But go learn yourself. Go learn about yourself.
That's why I had to highlight that, man. Tariq Nasheed creating a Hidden History Museum. That's huge. Right in the heart of South Central Los Angeles. That's huge.
That's what we need. Go learn about yourself. Learn about yourself. In order and for us to make an impact, Tupac wasn't the only one. Rest in peace. Tupac wasn't the only one that's giving bars. I told a kid today, the other day, I said, hey, bro. He said, well, you taking me from my PE class. PE is temporary. Knowledge is forever. Fuck PE. Come up here and learn this lesson that we're trying to give you because it's going to help you get out of your community. You know what I'm saying? There's countless people that's working hard behind the scenes for this. I got a homeboy right now. He used to be a blood. Went to the Army, changed his life. Went to Morehouse, went to Yale. Wanted to be a surgeon. Now he has properties and does community outreach.
Wow.
For gang kids that was in gang intervention. That's an impact.
It can
and
be
he
done.
the coolest dude. This can be done if you whatever you set your mind to, you can achieve it.
That's the message. That's the realest shit ever. That is 100. You can be literally anything you set your mind to be. It can't be a plan B. You just gotta go full speed ahead 100% at your goal. Once you identify what you like or what you want to be, what you want to do, you gotta go after it. You gotta research it. You gotta set a plan in motion and then follow that plan. You can be anything on earth, anything you want to be.
A lot of people sit on focus on being something negative. Why don't you spend that same time and be something positive? There was a Judge Mathis. It's an old clip.
This
Where
gonna be funny.
No, it's not. It's real. Where the nephew was talking to his uncle, and Judge Joe Brown, not Judge Joe Brown. I'm sorry.
Judge Mathis.
Judge Mathis. Judge Mathis broke down, and it kind of made me break down. He said, "Man, I'm your family." He's like, "You ain't nothing to me." And Judge Mathis stopped the thing, and he said, "Hey, man, he's a kid that's trying to get out, and you being selfish, and you can't be there for him. How many kids you know that's trying to run away from the streets? But as black people, we like, oh, this nigga, no, I don't want him in my house. Why is that? I know Armenian homeboys and Spanish homeboys, Latin homeboys I got that'll stay together with their family. We just be like, oh yeah, you got to get out of my house. I was talking to that.
As soon as you hit 18, you got to go.
And I ain't gonna lie, I was a person that was like, yeah, you gotta go at 18. But then sometimes you, like me and my girl talked about this, you're not ready. Sometimes at that.
That's how they get ahead, man. Teamwork make the dream work.
Like you said, village.
Right.
That's what we need, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we just so quick to be connected to ignorance. Like, it's just deep.
It is, but we gonna change the world one person at a time, man. We just gotta keep pushing at it, man. It's
ironic.
It's a never-ending job that we got.
Ending. And they play with us, bro. They play with us. Everything, and this may be too deep for some people. Everything you see is red and blue. Democrats, Republican, red and blue. Crips and Blood, red and blue. Like, you're trained to see this thing.
Yeah.
They the ops because they got on red, or they the ops because they got on blue. Like, look how they play with us. The nigga Eric Holder killed Nipsey Hussle. He got 60 years to life. He's from 6-0 and they give him 60 years.
That's
he could have
wild.
did any number. Think
That's
about
how
it,
you
bro.
know this is simulation. That's wild. They could have did any number on Earth and they picked 60.
Come on, man. Some of y'all probably not gonna get what we talking about, but you can run it back and do your research. What we said is facts. This stuff ain't something we made up last night. We lived through experience. It's hard being black in America.
Man,
My nigga Lupe said,
it's a full-time job.
you can survive anything in the world if you can survive blackness.
That's real, man.
And what he means is being able to get past all of the. As soon as you walk into a motherfucking store, they got doubt in your head. Down on he might steal, he might be this. I don't care. I'm looking you straight in your eyes and I'm right there with you. I don't care.
This is real. This is some real shit right now that he getting into because black people have been programmed to hate each other. That's why we don't stick together. That's why we don't, work together to achieve a greater goal. Like, we've been programmed to avoid each other, to harm each other. Like, I honestly really believe that these thugs out here, gangsters, whatever, they would hurt another black man before they hurt an other.
That's how it is.
Like they got
That's
more
how it-
venom, they got more hate for another black man than they got for other. Just like that brother that they just recently beat to death
Yeah.
in Memphis, I think it was. Tyree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you see that? You would never see 4 or 5 black cops beat another white man like that.
Because it's
never in a million years.
But it's conditional to be scared. And a lot of y'all are scared. And I'm going to tell the camera, man, walk with your head up. Look people in their eye when they talk to you. You don't have to be scared of nothing. I don't fear no man on earth, and I'm not supposed to. Just like they're not supposed to fear me. But people always say, oh, you talking white. Nigga, I'm talking educated, nigga. That shit don't have no color.
right.
You niggas sound stupid.
But that's what I was saying though, like how you saying that it's hard to be black. It's because I was getting to the fact that you gotta duck cops, you gotta duck others, and you gotta duck your own people. Like it's
Bro,
like you,
when you can-
like public enemy number one.
In Africa, they say if a lion comes up to you, you just stay stern and look at him. I'm
Same-
doing the same thing.
Same with a bear too.
I'm not gonna back down because you a cop and you a white man. I'm supposed to just stand there. Oh man, what's up, man? When you talk to somebody in a respectful way, you can get into that soul of what they're trying to do. White people do it all the time, and I'm quick to check them. Dude came. I probably told this story before, but a dude came. I was parked in the park. He pulled up in his car. Security. He flashing the lights. I let the window down. I said, man, what you flashing your lights for? You don't know who's sitting in this car. Park's closed. You need to leave. I said, who are you talking to, bro? Who are you talking to? And he says, if you don't leave, I'll give you a citation. I said, you're not a cop. You're right. I said, so go on about your business, man. But I'm supposed to be scared of him because he pulled up. He damn near, if y'all can see this pole right here, he just as skinny as this damn mic stand. I'm supposed to be scared of you? You know what I mean? Like I always was taught that. And coming from an all African-American black school going into the world, you would think like, damn, some of these people feel like they're privileged. But you have white people that don't feel like that. They know what's up. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm supposed to be scared of you? Come on, man, no. Like, even when I'm driving in the car, if a cop going slow, I'm going around him. I'm supposed to be scared to drive because this cop is right here? Nah, nigga, fuck that.
And the funny thing is, when you act like you're not fearful, that's the people that they leave alone. When you act scared, it make them want to go after you more.
Because they know you're scared and they don't know what
Yeah.
you can do. But if you have a solid conversation and really get into it, say, hey man, what's going on? Everything cool? It was a white man coming out of the gate and I was trying to pull in and he said, are you with the district? I said, no, I'm trying to, I'm pulling in here. Close the gate behind you. I said, hey man, who you talking to? Good morning, bro. We're not starting off like that. I don't know what you had, who you didn't cuss out, but you're not about to do that with me because I don't treat you like that. I don't talk to people crazy. I don't do that.
That's wild.
You know what, man? But it's been deep, man. Y'all do your research, man. That's been the podcast for today. Make sure you get your merch and everything at jalemusic.com. Follow me on all platforms, jalemusic, at jalemusic, JAYALI music. Y'all know what's up. But man, I gotta get up out of here, man. Go ahead, KG.
Didn't touch the nerve, huh? Nah, Zoolay on all streaming platforms, ZOOLAY, and I'm most active on social media on Instagram. So Zoolay2, ZOOLAY, the number 2 on Instagram, and on Twitter and Facebook, whatever. Just type in Zoolay.
And remember what your mission and your purpose is. We out. Peace.
On a mission, yeah. You can hate, but I got tunnel vision, yeah. They be running like a mile a minute, yeah. But stay on track, cause I know the mission, yeah. On a mission, yeah. Whoa. Don't know what your position is, you're not the one I'm messing with.